I joined the rest of Africa in commemorating the Africa Day Against Corruption.
July 11 is a very important day for African Union member states. This is the day way back in 2003 when the continent adopted the African Union Convention on Preventing and Combating Corruption. This was a very important milestone for us as Africans. And some years later, in 2017, the same members came together and agreed that we should set this particular day as a day to commemorate that important milestone in the fight against corruption in our continent. We've been celebrating the African Anti-Corruption Day since 2017 under different themes. And of course, this year we have a very interesting theme, which is also very relevant to our context in Zimbabwe. And the theme is on promoting whistleblower protection. The issue of witnesses and whistleblower protection legislation is actually provided for within the African Union Convention on Preventing and Combating Corruption, which obliges member states to come up with legal frameworks for protection of people who report corruption. So member states have that responsibility to come up with legal frameworks. And this particular year marks about 2 years after the principles for witness and whistleblower protection were adopted by Cabinet way back in 2022. So 2 years down the line, the legislation is not yet in place. And as Transparency International, we are actually calling upon government to expedite that process of coming up with the legal framework. We've participated in different initiatives for coming up with the draft law, and we do hope that this particular piece of legislation find its way into the 2025 legislative agenda.
On Thursday, the 11th of July, we shall be celebrating the African Anti-Corruption Day. The theme for this day is Whistleblowers Protection Mechanism, a critical tool in the fight against corruption. As ZAC, we cannot exist or we thrive on information that is given to us or provided to us by whistleblowers. That is the reason why this year we have that theme of protecting whistleblowers. Without whistleblowers, there may be no investigations in corruption. Whistleblowers are important because they are the source of information for us to investigate. And we have also taken measures to ensure that we protect the whistleblowers. It is important that we protect whistleblowers because there is a symbiotic relationship between whistleblowers and the fight against corruption. It's like fish and water. Fish cannot exist outside water. So therefore, we need to protect our source of information. That is the whistleblowers.
It's very true that corruption can only be effectively fought with mechanisms in place to protect whistleblowers. In order for us at court to prove that corruption has happened, we require witnesses, we require whistleblowers. So for investigations to be complete, whistleblowers are the primary persons who must come with that information, which then leads to investigations. And once we have whistleblowers leading investigations, it means that we have thoroughly investigated cases, which will then make it easier for the National Prosecuting Authority to prosecute corruption cases. So it is imperative that as a country, we put in place whistleblower protection mechanisms. And I'm happy that as a country, we have started putting in place the whistleblower protection mechanisms, but we must move fast because corruption is also moving faster than the bill. And I implore our government to move faster so that we arrest this vice, which has actually destroyed our country.